Okay, it's showtime. I'll try not to be shy today. Should sign up for my newsletter. I got all types of things that I tell my newsletter people about that I keep close to my chest, about where the book is heading because it's 9 books. 9 books, guys. It's just the beginning, which is why I'm probably going to get myself an X-Pen display tablet. This is 2 years to do a book. Too long. I can't. Well, that'd be 18 years. 18 years. I started this when I was 65. I mean, I'd be 83. I don't know if I'm going to live to be 83. We'll see. I'm in better shape than a lot of people. Oh, boy. I've seen so many tragic stories of artists, great comic book artists who just ended up, wow. So glad I became a high school teacher. Okay. Becoming a high school teacher, I had a stable life, and this is what I did yesterday. Went all the way from not that. Oh, second. Yeah, I went all the way from this to this, and this, just pure black and white, and I did this in about 3 hours. Lots of fun. Boy, I had a blast. And all of my color, I make sure that all my color has no black in it. There's no black anywhere in here. All these colors here. Oh, these colors have black in them. They were on the line layer, and then I smudged them, and so the interior of them weren't discrete lines, and then you have this edge here that mimics the flow of water in watercolor. So I'm real happy with this. This is going to be the cover. This is it. This is the cover to Blue Boy Brown Comics #1. Okay. So now I got page 131. I got 100. I got what? 18 pages to go. 14 were already drawn. I got to do the last 4 pages because I wanted to wait until I had no idea about how I was going to write and rewrite before I did that. So da 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 da. So here we are. Okay, I'm going to get that bird here. This is a bird. It's a vulture going after this boy. Pretty sick. But hey, this is life in the old frontier. That's not too old. It's about 1914. Whole thing has its beginnings with Grandpa Blue, who decided as a young boy that as a Mennonite he couldn't just simply be against slavery. He had to do something about it. So he went off and got himself into the 82nd Infantry of Illinois by lying about his age, and ended up at the Battle of Gettysburg. It was a little too much for him, so he deserted. Oh well. And when he came back, he got shunned, and because his family wasn't for going off to fight in any war. And well, at least this is a brown. It's brown, so shouldn't have problems. People thinking it's a tree. Shouldn't. And so let me see, what colors did I use? Let me just look at the colors I used over here. I kind of derived these colors from another deal to do. So I'm gonna just go over here and I'm almost This is going to take a whole lot of time. Then maybe I'll get the other thingamajig. I got another page here. Here's page 131. Here's 132. I gotta have to draw on that a little bit. It's a little too. All the lines are just a little too. I probably do a lot of drawing on all these because I did a lot on this one. So I put the cover up on it's a Facebook page, a bunch of my old high school compadres. I put that up, and probably nobody heard from me since forever. And one of the guys who liked the image, we were in Art One back in 1967, 68. He's a good guy. He was one of the few kids in high school who didn't treat me like dirt. Of course, I was obnoxious back then. I was an obnoxious teenager. I was just, I can understand why people would go, Taylor, I had one girl in my senior yearbook. She wrote, says, I will be your enemy for life. I am your enemy for all time. Yeah. People change, girl. People change. I'm a little bit better than I was back then. Not nearly as obnoxious, unless, of course, my poor wife has to live with me all the time. Then it might be a little bit obnoxious, but hey. So let me see. I'll put this down here. This is Cyrus Wells. Now has himself a really good pig. Hopefully he'll be like Arnold in Green Acres and be able to watch TV and all that. No TV back then. Let me see. Oh, well, let me see if there are any. Okay, some colors down here I can play around with. I'm going to take my self off the screen so I can blow my nose without being embarrassed. Ooh. Ah. Okay, let me see. I need a gray. Oh, okay, it's a chromatic gray. This needs to be gray. And this will be a little deeper gray. Maybe see this 6 E. Yeah. It's the first appearance of a motor vehicle in this story. They had them back then, but just not a whole lot of them. They weren't something you'd see all the time. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can find myself something of a color for a bay. Okay, that'd be the color of this horse. Which I'll have to mess around with. I'm getting really sloppy right now, but trust me, I have been known to clean things up. Eesh. So who's watching? I got one person watching, of course. Probably on Twitch. Yeah, of course on Twitch. Strange little platform, that Twitch thing. Bring us over here. Okay. And these guys should be wearing some type of blue. Blue's a real popular color amongst all people. People like to wear blue clothes and stuff like that. It helps sort of clean things up, and I don't have to get too wild and woolly here. Okay, then they have to have some type of blue sky. Oh, I was over in the tone area. Well, that doesn't matter. Okay, do it right this way. Let's do the same thing over here. Just fill these things up with the bucket. I might have to lighten that a little bit. We'll see. That's strange how those darken so much after you do the bucket on them, huh? Okay. That does give you a good idea where that old that is a bird and not a okay. Okay, now. So I'm gonna let's go up here. So now we're gonna well, here's my old thing about clouds. Since we had some clouds before, we gotta have some clouds now. So I'm gonna some cloudy stuff. I love that nigga. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. And a little bit more here. Do 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 do. Okay, see what I can do with that. Take the bottom edge of that little stroke, and all of a sudden you have a much more watercolor like thing going on there. Okay, and we have to do the same thing down here. Uh, okay, do 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 do. Uh, Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Dee, 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 dee. Okay, I got my blue into the sky now. Let's use this blue. It's a little less jarring. It's not as dark. Uh, okay, lower. Make that smaller brush. Sneak it into there. Maybe. Uh, to color that right there. Okay. Better take that off. So, yeah, it's a little more. Okay. Let me. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit better there. Okay. I should do the same thing here. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. It's a little bit better. It's probably a good idea. You don't want your colors to look like they come out of a bag of candy. To mute your colors a little bit. If you look at great painters like Bruegel and Leonardo, people like that, they mute their colors. They only use color with brilliant colors, places where they want your attention. Okay, and I should do that also. Okay, I'll leave it. Okay. Now, that doesn't have to be so dad burn. Well, where are you? Mod hue and saturation. Hue, saturation, thank you. I could maybe lighten that up a bit. Yeah, lighten it up a tiny bit. Help a bit. Down like this is ridiculous. It looks like it's at night. We could increase the saturation a tiny bit. Okay. Deselect that. Okay. Well, where am I? Okay, boo, 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 boo. I'm gonna take these colors here and pump them up a bit. You never seem to get uh, yeah, take that out. Okay, a little more magenta. Do 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 do. Okay. Oh yeah, Cyrus. He definitely wears blue a lot. So I wear the same stuff he was wearing yesterday. He's not proud. Okay, haven't worn that. Um, and then I need to use my eraser tool. La, 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 la. Okay. No, no, no. Well, let me look at this. I have a little. I must have had a stray mark here. What's that? What's that? What? Why would I have that? Huh? It's a little bit better. Dang. What was that? Oh. Oh, okay. These things up here probably should be burnt a little bit just to get them to. Oh, boo, 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 boo. Okay. The old. I've been to Mauricio, who gave me the thumbs up. Oh, Peter Grimshaw. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. Let me see. Well, I might as well just go and be consistent. It's hard to be consistent sometimes. Yeah, okay. That right there. I didn't move it around too much, and I want to get. Well, it's okay. It's just a spot color. It's not gonna change the world or there. Oh, how to get that? Yeah. I guess I should return to my. This has to be filled in a bit. Okay, and huh. That's line. The big dummy. Oh, something wrong there. Okay. So now let's do a little drawing. This always needs a little bit some little extra thing going on. Well, one thing about Florida is that any time of the day or night, you can almost hear, always be sure to hear, uh, gardeners blowing leaves or something. Dead of winter, it's still summer down here. That better not be. Oh, hold on a second. Let me check to see if that's my delinquent gardener. What's this guy doing? What's next door? Next door neighbor's got theirs going. Dang. Oh well. All this loud racket. Just a part of living where summer never ends. I shouldn't be complaining. Come January and February, my brother and sister's going to be complaining, saying, "Get this dadgum winter over with." I sometimes wonder how I put up with that all those years. I haven't seen snow since what? Maybe 1992. Boy, watched replays of these things, and sometimes I can't tell what I'm doing. It's probably what goes on. Anybody watching now, I should probably say, okay, I'm over in the left panel with the shadow, kind of deepening that a little bit over here too, and Blue Boy's hat, and then play around with the pig. I'm doing the pig. I'm doing the pig. And look what I did. I didn't pay attention to that space between his legs. Now I have. Okay, back down to that. And in the line area. Okay. Been working on the pig. Pigs have these little hairs sticking out all over the place. Barely got any hair on them. Do 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 do. Let's go up here and add a few more little marks that make the drawing a little more interesting. You almost have to. Well, two things you can do here. One, you can twirl it. Yeah, sort of like that. That makes it easier to get that line right there at the brim of his hat. Make it a little more interesting. And maybe I could do the same thing on the horse's rump. And maybe a little bit on Joby's hat. I don't know if that's probably not a good idea. Maybe like that. Maybe I can, take that away. And maybe I can do Joby's hat brim right there. Okay. And we'll play around with little things here. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Ooh la 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 la. Yeah, I'm gonna like this. Okay, I'm getting a little more dense. What you want to do is some things dense, some things not so dense, some kind of open up. So we'll play around that a little bit. Gotta admit that, and was watching Better Things, which is the life of Jeffrey Catherine Jones, one of the greatest, one of the truly great science fiction illustrators ever. And in it, Mobius, Jean Giraud, was drawing on his computer, doing exactly what I'm doing, using a Wacom tablet and just doing things like this. It's really cool. Unfortunately, both he and Jeff Jones are passed. Into the next world. Hopefully, they're doing all right. What I do? Okay. Yankee Doodle Dandy. I don't like that. Ah. Oh, the old finger is getting numb. I don't know if it's old age or diabetes, but I'm doing okay. It's not arthritis. It just kind of gets depressed too hard on the on your pen, and your hand starts to tingle. Anyway, so Mobius was doing this. It just, boy, what a cool thing to watch Mobius draw. Such a incredible range in that guy. Okay, get all those stray marks out of here. Stray marks are just a part of this because nobody's going to notice the stray marks. At least it's not going to be a big deal to anybody when it's that size. Dee 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 doo 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 doo. Oh. Okay. Oh, why'd you do that? Okay. Now back to this. Just these little accents. So I'm going after here. Just Okay, over here in the color area. Over here in the color area, I need to, well, just time to get watercoloring. Probably best to do that now, get it done with, since I'm doing this as digital watercolor. Some parts you don't want to do that. Other parts, quite appropriate to have a bunch of areas look like the watercolor ran, a little bit of wet and wet. My old hometown, Springfield, Missouri, has a yearly watercolor exhibition called Watercolor USA. And I used to go to a lot when I was a kid, In a little town like that, it's not too many opportunities to see art. Except at the museum and, if you, well, when I was a kid, there weren't any. There's galleries there now, like in a downtown area, but there wasn't anything back then. So it was just go to the art museum and look at these things. So I decided years ago, gee, I ought to get into that thing. So I got into it quite a long time ago, actually. But it helped me, getting my chops. Boy, hold on a second. Gotta rub my hands. Ah! Man, really. I take a little aspirin every morning to thin my blood a little bit. But dang, probably holding the stylus a little too firmly. But at least I saw that little gap there. Okay, the color of Blue Boy's pants. Should get that right here. Okay. Yeah. Move that a tiny bit over. Don't want it to add so much. Move this over. Move that over. Okay. Move this over. A little bit of just nudging colors over so it's not too wild. And should put it in the reset view. Okay. And maybe I should do the same thing down here. Okay, I'm gonna strengthen up the silhouette of Leroy hanging from the tree. Okay. Wow. Okay, now, let's see. Okay, I'm at the point of shadows. Let me see if I can get my hand to work. Okay, shadows up here. Now let's play around with the shadow color. Come on, open up. Okay, cyan, magenta, 25. Yeah. 35. Pardon me. 45. I'll make it 40. Yeah, that makes it a little more greenish. Oh, then I probably should put yeah. Oh, it's funny. Oh yeah, yeah. Put more magenta. Of course, it's gonna look. Okay. Now we're in the now we're in the shadow layer, and again, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, let's get rid of that. There. Yeah. Okay. Play around with that a little bit. Haven't colored Joby's hair yet, so I have to fix that in a second. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, there's Osiris. Of his head, face mostly in shadow because he's just a really minor character. I'm almost done with this. This doesn't need a whole lot of shadow. Some, doesn't have to be huge. Over here, the color, I want that too much. And I'm gonna give this old buzzard a bit of a pinkish color over here. Just to accentuate it so you look at him. Okay, so you don't get some kind of idea that he's a part of the tree. And Joby's hair down here, over here. Okay. Okay, do. Oops. And probably could, do that. We should not do that. Leave those understated. Oh, dadgummit. Okay. Well, see if I can redo smudge tool. What was that? Shortcut. Do. Okay. Okay. Now, just yeah. Okay. Okay. Save that. Okay. 131, 132. This one we have to draw on right from the get-go because there's a lot of things to me is missing from this. So just play around with it. Thing. Let me see. Yeah. I think I can fix those things fairly easily. I almost have to ink this thing. Oh well. Whatever I have to do, I have to do. Well, maybe that's what I have to do. Yeah, that looks better. Do. Yeah, you have to just bring it up and make it bigger so that somehow it's easier to do it when you can actually see the dang thing. It may take a while. It doesn't matter. Got all the time in the world. Well, actually, I don't have all the time in the world, but I don't have time this time. Oh yeah, I keep making this mistake, so I better fix it. Been a long time since we were on the farm, so I forget that the horse collar goes all the way around it goes around the animal's neck. Oh well, these things can be fixed. Yeah, I'll fix that. I want to bring us back to print size. Yeah, that'll come off. Now, up here, I think I should really work on this so it doesn't just become random marks. Play around with the thickness and thinness of those marks so they don't become non-descriptive. Okay. Okie dokie. You guys, because I did this yesterday, I'm ready to do my Kickstarter campaign. I've been holding off doing variant covers, just basically trying to come up with something that I think would be a good, the feature cover. And this is it. This is it. So soon I'm going to do the Kickstarter campaign. I got to get my act together doing that because I'm doing a bunch of extras, rewards and things like that for people who um, get in on this and support me so I can publish this thing in a really high quality thing that I'm going to do at Mixam. Really high quality paper, great printing, boo, 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 boo. But, got to get that done in the next week or so and then start promoting it, tell people it's going to happen, then set a launch date. Of course, Kickstarter has to approve it, but I think they will. It's not like I'm doing anything much different than other people do. Got to do a little video, which means, I'm glad I got a haircut. Okay, fill this in so it doesn't look so much like what it really is, which is mechanical pencil. Hey, I'm kind of proud. This is a mechanical pencil, almost completely. I've got some digital things that I added in the line stuff, but this is a mechanical pencil. Oh boy. Thank you, Alex Doth. He used mechanical pencils to get his pencils, but I think he inked with something else, though he was a penciler. I don't think he inked that much. Whereas I do everything. I don't farm it out to anyone. Okay, now bring it down to paw and the doggy. Hmm. I probably should talk more. Tell you that I'm doing the dog ear. Doing this dog's ear. If you don't notice that, well, I'm doing the dog ear. Okay, now, this over here. Okay, this probably just needs some emphasis of some contour lines. Doing the little boy right here. In case you got lost, couldn't see what I was doing, which I noticed I couldn't figure out where the heck I was drawing a few days ago. And I looked at this, so I should probably alert you that I'm doing the arm of the boy and getting things. Yankee Doodle boy. La, 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 la. let me see. What about this? Okay. So I'm working on pause leg. You see? Uh-huh. Ooh. Now I'm going to twirl this thing so that I can work on this just as a. I just want to kind of make it a little less what it is. Just give it a little more density to it. Those lines. It's a lot easier to do it horizontally than it is to do it vertically. Okay. Okay, I think it works a little bit better. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, no comments. Oh well. Eh, yeah, it always seems to do that. And let's see about old Joby back here. I don't want to make him too prominent because he's in the background. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to really have to play around with some cleanup. Really need to clean this up a bit. Especially right there. and there, and make this line here a lot. See, that needs to go all the way together because it's just right where that ear is. That's not good. I just want to flatten the space a la Matisse, which right now I'm not too sure is a good idea. Okay. There, a little bit better. Okay, and that needs to go. Okay, see what that looks like. Print size. Okay, that's starting to come along. Let's do the bottom part. What am I doing? Oh, there. I need to clean that up a bit. When I draw these things, I draw them using an old technique I noticed from Henri Matisse, which he just draws, doesn't like it, erases it. Draw again till he gets it right. Which is a technique for drawing because you have a lot of drawing artifacts, which was a part of his aesthetic. Probably not a great aesthetic for comics, so I have to clean it up a bit. Most of my influences in drawing comics aren't from comics, they're from people like Matisse, Picasso, Rembrandt, Goya, blah, 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 blah. They're some of the best draftsmen ever lived. Leonardo's had a big effect on me, especially the way he would create a contour line drawing and then use hatching and cross hatching to define the forms. Of course, he did a lot better than I do, but I just do my best. When I decided to leave comics and go into mainly etching, I was in a provincial area in Missouri, and being you're into etching, you're into Rembrandt and Picasso and Goya, and one of my teacher was a student of Mauricio Lazansky's. So we got heavily into all, really working the old plate and blah, blah, blah. And that informed the way I draw too. Uh, uh. Dad burn it. Okay, let's move over here and do this. Mostly hatching. Just little strokes to make the drawing a little more dense. Darkening old Blue Boy's hair. Don't think I want to do too much to this. Oh, what's it? Who? Tomorrow I have to go get my car worked on. So I won't be here at the same time tomorrow. I'll make it a different time. So you give Hoot just look at my Facebook Blue Boy Brown comics page, and it'll tell you when I'm going to be on, probably in the afternoon. There. Pretty much what I wanted to do now. Put in the tones, and I'm going to call it a day. I think I'll take a nap before my class starts. Is it raining? Oh, sounds like it's raining. The poor wife's out there in the walking the dog. Okay, I think I'll just, that's what I'm going to do today. So, I'll be back tomorrow, not at 10, but some other time. Keep on looking around for it, and I'll do a little bit of advertising right beforehand. Oh, sorry, I didn't ask for Adobe Acrobat to do anything. Talking about. Anyway, so here we are, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Here's what I did yesterday. We got a cover going, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.